Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline at Duke's Rib House and Grill, 1910 Cochran Road, 15220. We heard there's a lot of traffic and repaving on Green Tree Road, so some of the guests didn't show up, but everybody that's going to be a guest tonight, we got about a dozen of them are here. Even Smokin' Jim made it. I don't know how he did from Monroeville. We had no report. Matter of fact, we lost the timekeeper because he said Smokin' Jim's always on time. Steve's not with us. He left. But we have plenty of people here. I want to thank all of you for coming out tonight. Thanks for watching us on Verizon 32 everywhere, from Nemacolin all the way up to Cranberry, Wexford, City of Pittsburgh, and everywhere else in between. We're also seen on Comcast 7. That's only in Bethel Park. I've been telling people if you want to come to Bethel Park and move there, you can see us on Comcast 7 for everybody that likes Comcast. Now, it's not working out real well because I still got to tell people that. And on our likes, we set a new record. I don't know, Devin, can you check that? Pittsburgh Sportsline. Facebook changed their rules, so if people were no longer, they're delisted on there or they're not even on Facebook, they took them away from our page. The last time I looked yesterday, we were at 4,560. So I want to thank everybody for all those likes. And you know my policy, if you like us first, not that I don't trust anybody, we'll like your page within reason. If you want somebody to like any page that you have, no matter what it is, contact Smokin' Jim. And he does do that. So we're going to have, I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine. This is Smokin' Jim Frazier. My co-host from Tuesday night sitting in the back, the bearded Amish assassin, that's Zach Brenner. He'll be on. In case you didn't notice, he got me this nice shirt, and I figured how dull it was today and cloudy. You can see Brenner Contracting. And he said, I took care of you, Talking Machine. Pittsburgh Sportsline. So I wore a shirt tonight because it had Pittsburgh Sportsline on. Wait a second. We just got David and Frank Fabus are here. And we always have a little thing. I end the show. Every show is ended with Stay Joey Strong. And now you can see it. Smokin' Jim, because of you, I got a green one. You two guys got the black and gold like I prefer, but here's the bonus on my shirt. They just had a concert here. Where do I go here? Devin, can you read that? Smokin' Jim, I can't see it. Do you know what that says? Smokin' Jim? Oh, sorry, Gateway. I hate talking about communities, but can't hear, can't read. We always start our show off with what's on our mind, and we're going to do that right now. Smokin' Jim Frazier, what's on your mind?
Thanks, Al Levine, the Talking Machine, and if you want the green, you got the C, Levine.
Thanks.
Hey, I want to thank Kelly and the owner, Reddy, for having us back out here once again. Please take care of your bartenders and waitresses. And if you haven't done so already, do yourself a favor, grab a menu, because 2 weeks ago I had the best ribs I ever had in my life. Please, a big hand for award-winning author Jody's in the house.
What book did she write? Slick Move Guide.
Slick Move Guide.
Thank you, Jen.
And we also have a young lady that's in the process of writing an outstanding book. She's a clothing designer. She's also a model. Big hand for Cashmere Renee in the house. I tell you what, the NFL did themselves a disservice this year by moving the NFL draft from April into May. I just hope the Pittsburgh Steelers don't draft another player who celebrates 420 all year long. Here's some of the competition that they have next weekend. You got the NFL draft, the NBA playoffs, the NHL draft. You got the Pittsburgh Marathon. You got the Pirates playing the Cardinals, the Yankees playing the Red Sox. you got Cinco de Mayo, you got the Kentucky Derby, and you got Mayweather versus Pacquiao. And I tell you what, Floyd Money Mayweather is a Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, airplane flying son of a gun. But if you want to lose your honey, bet on money. I tell you what, because Floyd Mayweather want to go to heaven, Pac-Man going to knock him out in 7. And if he talks some more, Pac-Man's going to knock him out in 4. Floyd Mayweather's talking all that stuff that he's the greatest of all time. He's better than Sugar Ray Robinson. He's better than Muhammad Ali. Well, Sugar Ray Robinson is dead. Muhammad Ali is old. Right now, after this fight, people may be saying that Pac-Man is not only the latest, but he may be the greatest.
Thanks, Smoking Jim. I wasn't sure he was done yet. Anybody have that hearing aid? I got to tone it down a little bit because we do a lot of promotions with fundraising. And don't forget, Stay Joey Strong. Check out the Joey Favis Fund. And we're really trying to promote that. They just had the band performing on the 25th. And I heard it went really well. They had a spaghetti dinner. I didn't get the results on that. Was it good, Favis Boys?
It was excellent.
Excellent. That was at South Park, the Economic Room or Home Ec. Very nice place there. And our sponsor, we have a sponsor for this, What's on Our Mind. And I did this in green just because of Smoking Jim always telling me, if you want the green, well, you got it. If you have car trouble, call Skeets. Thank you. Then Bethel Park, we have a couple fundraisers. We have a scholarship fund. We have a cameraman, Devin Shea, that's here, and other volunteers for the studio. It's Public Access TV in Bethel Park. We have a special $1 ticket for a grill, $650 grill. I actually have a few tickets if you want, and it helps to further the education of our volunteers here, because we help a lot of other people like you hear all the time, and we are doing things in Bethel Park to improve our videography and help these guys and girls out, so we appreciate that. Then we have Designer Bag Bingo. Hey, thanks for flipping that video around, Devin. It's nice to see what you're filming here. $25 a ticket, 10 games. I can't even mention all these. Vera Bradley, Coach, all these purses. There's 10 purses plus all these other prizes. Check it out. Go on the website, go to Bethel Park. I'll post it up every so often. Then let's see what else. Oh, that's it. I'm going to tell you what's on my mind. My co-hosts are always talking about baseball. They say they're fans, but they're fair weather fans. I've been a fan for a long time, and I have this little mantra that I tell them. It's a 162-game season, because they think it's like a football season. You lose your first 3 games, or you lose the first game, the season's over. They don't understand. The Pirates just won 5 in a row. I don't hear my co-host even mentioning baseball. It's not even warm outside. Do you know how hard it is to hit a ball off a round bat in any weather, let alone cold weather? These guys don't know baseball. Let's go Buccos. They're going to be winners again. Come on.
Well, I tell you what, we are so honored to have this group. A lot of people grew up watching roller derby, but we have a professional roller derby outfit right here. I tell you what, beautiful women. They're beautiful on the outside, but tough as nails on the inside. Please put your hands together for the Steel City Hurtin'.
I'm Allie McKill. I am the co-captain of the Steel Hurtin' from Steel City Roller Derby, here with my teammates, the Kraken, Bone Crusher, and Hurricane Heather.
These are all nice legal names. As Smoking Jim tells everybody, that's not his government name. Now mine's Al Levine, the talking machine. That's my government name.
It's a good name.
Thank you. It rhymes.
Yeah, and it works for you.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, we haven't seen you for a while, and
Yeah.
I watched the exploits of Steel City Hurtin' here, and I see you guys are out there. Just explain to me how that flat surface works out in roller derby, because I grew up with the bank curves and everything else.
Yeah, a lot of people are familiar with the bank track roller derby, as you mentioned, but the modern day revolution of roller derby is a flat track. It's really great because it kind of allows you to put a track for roller derby anywhere. All you really need is a space. You don't have to build that bank track. You don't have to have a big warehouse to house that.
So you can do it in different venues.
You
that
can do
maybe
it
you wouldn't-
anywhere.
Really? Okay,
as long
while we got you here, where's the craziest place that you think you've done roller derby at?
Good question.
Or is there one?
Roberto Clemente Bridge.
Tell us about that, the Kraken. Here, hand her the mic. So we're trying to solve some of these sound issues.
We last year we were invited to this program called Open Streets,
Yes.
Pittsburgh. We're doing it again this year, but it's a little different.
Do you know the date?
This year it's actually 3 dates. It'll be May 15th. It's the last Sunday in every month, May, June, and July.
I'm there.
And they've shut down they shut down the streets of Pittsburgh and let people skate and bike and walk and
I saw that last
and do yoga. Yeah. So last year our space was on the Roberto Clemente Bridge and we did some derby.
That's not exactly flat.
No, it wasn't flat.
I
It
didn't know
was
if you knew that. For all our fans that think we just don't inform you about things, bridges have a little bit of
the bridges
an arc.
the bridges are like I would say deceivingly steep actually is what we experienced because we were having to do it up and downhill. So, but yeah,
That must have been an unusual experience.
it was, but it was still fun.
Who won?
Well, we just were playing with each other. Yeah.
So it was like a scrimmage.
So yeah.
Well, that's cool. Were a lot of people watching that?
Yeah, I mean, there was a baseball game that day and everything, so there was tons of people there.
Well, it gets the profile out there. All right, we'll put Allie back on the mic here since we interrupted her time a little.
No, that's okay.
Well, I appreciate you explaining, and each time people watch us, I want them to learn about that. Now, where will you be having one of your, what's it called?
Well, Bouts. Bouts
Okay,
is,
so they're
is
Bouts.
a tough name,
Okay.
but I mean, we
We'll
refer
stay
to them
tough.
as games,
Okay.
Bouts. We'll go with Bouts.
Yeah, because we got fighters here tonight. We got some
Right.
boxers and Smoking Jim. He's all about toughness, except with ladies. So, but we'll go over that. So
Yeah.
your next bout is
Our next bout is May 9th here in Pittsburgh. We bout at Romp and Roll in Shaler,
Oh, really? Right
Glenshaw
out in the
area.
north?
Yeah, right across from that Giant Eagle. Big.
Oh, I know where it's at.
Yeah.
It's not
So,
that far away.
It is not that far away. It is conveniently located for all of our fans in Pittsburgh to come out and see us play.
Good. And then what's a ticket cost?
$10 in advance from a skater or online at our website, steelcityrollerderby.org.
Great.
Or at the door, they're $15. So you save a little for buying in advance.
Sure. That's a good way to find out who's going to show up and
Yes, and it's
Save money.
as Heather mentioned, kids under 10 are free.
let Heather talk a little since they're waiting
Heather's
here
marketing
patiently.
us, yeah.
And I like marketing myself as Al Levine, the talking machine.
Right.
So go ahead, Heather.
Oh, kids under 10 are free. We are very family friendly. I know, shocker.
Guess who's 10 years old? That young man in the front row.
All right.
You're still free.
When's your birthday? Oh, you're 9.
Oh, you're only 9? Well, then it seems like you need to spend your birthday weekend at the roller derby. See lots of adult women, playing, and it's a full.
That's not his cup of
It's
tea
a full
right now.
contact sport.
Why don't I suggest you just talk to Smoking Jim on that issue with marketing?
Yeah, but Smoking Jim's not 10.
Yeah, but mentally he is. And if you want him to show up, you have to talk to him like that. Like, just tell him he'll get in free.
Nice.
So
Well,
that can
Jim would
happen.
be our special guest. So
Yay!
I'll
I
just-
mean, members of the media, esteemed
We get some media passes there. Now you have a slight chance that he'll show up, no matter what he's telling you. But go ahead. What else with marketing? What should we look for?
We're very family friendly, and we highly encourage, especially children in the audience, to come, especially young women.
Right.
We put a high importance on being very good role models, especially for women. Female empowerment and general empowerment for all walks of life.
Well,
we do
that
have a
ties
junior
in
team.
with a lot of the people. I've had different people at NAWBO and a lot of women entrepreneurs on our show.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll fit in perfectly here. Do you have a daytime job that you wanted to
I
talk
do.
about? Because I always do a little shameless promotion. And since you're trying to promote roller derby, do you want to say where you work or are you allowed?
Sure, yeah. I'm a corrosion technician, actually. I've been doing
You better explain that.
material science.
Okay.
I've been doing it for the last 10 years. And basically,
Well,
we
smart.
we study we study.
That's what I'd rather be
What
around
corrodes?
smarter people than me. So I appreciate that. No, that's great. We better go back to Allie and then
Yeah. Allie, say what you do.
let's get a shameless promotion with you, and please don't act dumb.
Ally McKill. I know it's a bit of a dated reference at this point, but some people have remembered the show Ally McBeal about a lawyer. I am a lawyer. That's where my name came from.
Oh, wow. Thank you for explaining, because
Yeah.
we have more fans now. We've actually doubled the fans that we have from what we did since you've been here.
Fantastic.
Yeah, more
So I'm
than
reaching
that.
a wider audience.
That's why we
Great.
wanted you back on, and I'm glad you could make it.
I'm glad
now,
to be back.
who's the one we didn't talk to at all? She's ready
Bone
to knock
Crusher.
me out here.
My name is Bone Crusher, and I am a therapist that is specializing in dual diagnosis, which means mental health disorders and
You're
addictions.
perfect for this show. Let me tell you. Can you stay afterwards?
Sure.
Okay, because I'm going to guide a few people to you. How long have you been doing that?
About 5 years now.
Oh, that's great. How did you get into this side career?
I actually started right when the league began in 2006. There was a reality show called Roller Girls that was on A&E, and I saw
missed
it.
that. That wasn't at the
was
top of my
A
list.
very brief flash of a show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Just send me a clip on Facebook, please.
Okay.
Even the Pittsburgh Sports Line.
So I saw the show, and then I checked
You had to
out.
be on.
It,
Do it.
I did. I had to do it, and I've been doing it since.
Have you played other sports?
I played soccer. I used to ride horses, softball, swimming. So I've been
you're
pretty
an
athletic.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's what I'm getting at.
Sure.
Now, the Kraken, let's find out some more about the Kraken.
My day job, I actually work at GNC Corporate World Headquarters downtown. I work in strategic initiatives.
Nice.
And I'm an executive assistant, but my boss makes me do a lot of different stuff. And
Do you take any of the products like D3 and probiotics?
Well, we're actually-
Because I actually have a show called Healthier, Happier You.
we're actually
and we talk
sponsored.
about that.
We're sponsored by GNC as well. They send us supplements every year. We take them. They send us. Right now we got the Pure Edge line, which is all natural, no preservatives.
I'm going to
all
send
whole
my
foods.
friend to you. Okay?
So yeah, so they send us.
It's not pick on Smoking Jim, but it's sure close to it.
So I mean, I like that.
He smiles.
It has pretty good protein, chocolate flavored protein, and then protein bars and some chews, B12 chews. We like those before a game, gives us some energy.
Energy.
Yeah.
Sure. I understand that stuff. Now, how did you get involved in this sport?
Actually, when I was in college, I worked at the roller rink, the skating rink that we skate
Okay.
at, and I worked there, and I've always kind of wanted to do it, but I had to wait until I was at a point in my life where I could. So back in 2010, I finally just said I was going to try out and do it. I've been skating since I was 5, so I've always kind of been interested in that. So.
No, that's great. Thanks for these little insights about you guys, girls, I mean. And for the other girls that want to come out and play sports, it's ubiquitous, guys and girls, in a CBA or stuff like that. Your attorney will tell you that. Consult with her afterwards. I have a little experience there on the other end of it, the other side. So, any closing remarks you want to put out there that we cover?
Yeah, May 9th, please come out and watch us play. We play actually the second Saturday of most months. We play
That
again
makes
in
it easy then to find.
Yeah, May, June. We're off in July. We're back on in August. So there's still plenty of opportunities.
Tell them again where you're going to be.
Romp and Roll in Glenshaw, PA, East Sutter Road. You can look them up on the internet as well. Find Romp and Roll.
How about
Find
your
our
Facebook
website.
page?
Yeah, our Facebook page is under Steel City Roller Derby. Our team, the Steel Hurtin', we are the all-star team. And we are also on Facebook with our own page. So you should like both pages because there's a lot of really good content for both.
I
yeah.
have done that.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you.
Did you talk to
Al.
Smoking Jim yet?
I smoke and chip.
Hey, sweetie.
We're gonna go back and check our phones right now. So
Guess what? I'm already in.
I know one of
can-
the pages I liked.
Yeah, and one other thing to mention, I mean, we've kind of talked about a lot of, it's female empowerment.
Sure.
There's a lot of opportunities to get involved. We're always looking for new skaters, new members.
How do they contact you for that?
Join scrd@gmail.com.
Okay.
And we'll get them hooked up with recruiting. We do recruiting once a year. It is later. It's actually our boot camps for new skaters start towards the end of the year, so there's
good.
some time. But that's good because that gives people the chance to think about it,
And
go
maybe
out to
see
some
you
skating
guys.
sessions, yeah,
Now,
and
what
check out what
age
it's all
did
about.
they start?
18 and up.
18 and up. Okay. Marketing executive. Did we cover it all? What did we
I
miss?
believe we did.
Is that a wrap?
I believe that's a wrap. Oh, we are looking for. You don't have to be female also to come and help us out. We have a lot of refs and
You got a volunteer
non-skating
right now.
officials. Yep.
Can you skate?
Sometimes announcers as well. So if you're quick on a mic,
Oh yeah,
might be
there's
the
no
spot for
problem.
you.
We handle that. We actually do boxing announcing, and I did a tournament with the unicycles up in Seneca Valley. It was a national, and it was actually an international tournament. It had our most views on YouTube.
We would
So I
love
did
to
that.
have you as a guest announcer.
Wow.
All right.
There we go. We just parlayed it. We do have a lot of business on weekends with boxing and other things too. So, but we'll see if our schedule.
We'll have to at
Pencil
least
you in
one.
early.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Do you guarantee a win?
Yes.
All right. We got a deal here. Thanks, ladies.
you.
I appreciate it, and I respect what you do. That's
a pleasure.
awesome. Our next guest is a boxer who just was here, and I asked him, could he knock out somebody in the first round? And he was such a humble guy. Now, his nickname is the Handsome Hitman. Now, I didn't know a guy could be that humble and be the Handsome Hitman. No further ado, Josh Himes, come on up. Welcome to the show.
The champ is here.
Thanks for coming back after your latest win.
Thanks for having me back, you guys.
I think you're good on that, you know.
Whatever you want. That works.
He's such a humble man. His dad's here, and what's that, your brother there?
My brother, yeah.
So I got to meet the family. His dad walked right by me after I highlighted him on Facebook because he's sleep deprived. No problem. Tell us about this fight. I appreciate that TKO in the first round.
That's what you wanted.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it. I didn't want to come out saying that either. But
Well, I understand, because if somebody watches this, then they think you might be a little
yeah, arrogant.
flamboyant
But,
and all
I
that
don't
other
want no
stuff.
hatred from the start.
No. Just hope you can win, that's all.
That's the goal.
By a knockout again in the first round.
They gave me a guy from Puerto Rican kid.
Undefeated?
Undefeated, yeah. He knocked his last guy out, actually.
In one
So,
round?
I knocked him on the third.
Okay.
But a very formidable opponent. Very tough kid.
Sure.
And
I saw the private video, and I apologize for posting it, because when somebody does so well, I just figure it's public knowledge. So I did
course,
pull that
yes.
down as soon as you told me 5
The
hours
less
later.
films for people to scout, the better off I'll be.
We understand that. We have a lot of boxers that are been on our
course.
show, and we filmed a lot of them. And sometimes they don't want us to put up the film of it.
Yeah.
So,
The bad stuff you can put up, the good stuff save.
exactly. I understand the
Let 'em scout the bad.
strategy. Well, I'm so excited for you because you told us that you would have a national fight on national TV.
Yes.
So that's just awesome. Tell them what it's going to be on and with who.
I train in Miami at Fifth Street Gym in South Beach. I live there. I'm actually flying back tomorrow, or training back from DC to Orlando, like we talked about.
Right, on the train.
I'll be there till, we haven't signed the contract yet, but the fight is all in proposal. June 27th to fight at the Hard Rock Casino in Fort Lauderdale on television.
No, that's great.
You ever have to fight your way out of Liberty City?
Well, as we talk about, we have a family show. I don't know where that Liberty City is, and I don't know how he comes up with these unusual facts. But yeah, we're talking boxing tonight, Smoking Jim. You'll have to see. I would show you the match, but I know you'd post it everywhere because you're known to post everything.
Oh.
So he's not, unless you're a woman. Then he'll post everything. We know that's not true. But back to boxing.
Yeah, no women.
So you go and train in Miami, and that's where you live most of the time.
That's pretty much where I'm at now, residing.
What did you think about somebody you know who actually trained with you who won a UFC fight, Chris Dempsey?
Chris and Justin Steve, who just fought too.
He's going to be on our show. We're moving our show to the the Royal Place. You even told me you fought there.
I have.
And we have other guys that have fought there. We'll be there next week and the first and third week of each month. So stay tuned for that.
You love to see a lot of the fighters from Pittsburgh because we all know each other. You know, we all come up together through the amateurs, through the ranks, and
Right.
you love to see them do well and much success their way.
No, it's great. No, we wish you the best of luck. Anything else you want to say? Where's your page? Tell them your page because I didn't make that up.
I'd like to thank a special shout out to my trainer Donato, who's been working very hard in Miami. We just signed a 3-year deal with a sponsor in Italy
Wow.
to be the face of their company.
This is the first time he said anything about it. It just happened.
Yeah, just
Thank
got a
you.
call this week. It's called Mason's Boxing in Italy. We signed a 3-year deal with them to be the face of their company.
Where's their gear? You can't be wearing the
It's
Yankees hats anymore.
luxury Italian, all-made, handmade boxing equipment.
Really?
Yeah, so it's really, really nice luxury stuff. So it's very, very.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Man, that's big time. That's big time stuff.
That's that good karma we talk about, Pittsburgh Sports Line.
That's
You
great
just
karma.
got to come out here. That's all. Get on air. They do that. They text each other
Yeah.
so they could do
That means I
that
gotta come on.
stuff.
I gotta have to fly back on more often.
Yeah, you do.
Come back just to say
No,
hi.
don't do that. Come back after your win because I want you to focus on a win.
That's what I'm going back. I'll
I'm
start
not
training
gonna.
tomorrow.
I'm not gonna ask for a knockout on national TV, but it sure would be nice.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I don't even know who the opponent is yet.
It doesn't matter to me. You're training hard. He's in great shape. He doesn't get a chance to let down, and he doesn't have to because he taught us. And I remembered, cruiserweight's 200. He's right around there all the time.
210 right now. Waiting this.
You're up to my weight. You're up to my weight now. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I like an honest fighter,
Yes.
and he's not cutting weight right now. He's training.
No, not till tomorrow.
All right. Hey, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you guys for having me.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Hey, and thanks for bringing your bodyguards here.
Of course, they
You
did hard work.
know, you want to thank your dad on air? and your
Thank you,
brother?
Dad Mitchell, for coming with me today.
All right. Now, I friended you on Facebook because I couldn't find Hugo.
Yeah.
Tell me your name on air.
Well, my name on Facebook is Omar Garcia.
Okay, well, that's what I wanted to go by because I'm trying to have people friend you, and then they can follow what you do out there and maybe help you with. You want to tell them what's going on here?
Well, it's a funny quote, be American, eat a burrito, because, well, I don't think I can say that, but
No, this is a family show, as I keep saying. But
Yeah.
you're going to do this because what are you trying to do with this? Where you want people to come out
well, it's in Castle Shannon, Volunteer Fire Hall.
on
It's
Route
from-
88. It's easy to find. It's right near the Grove. Smoking Jim. It's very easy to find. Very easy.
It's from
May 6th.
7 p.m. to 9 p.m. exactly. on May 6th. It's on a Wednesday.
See, I read. And I eat burritos. Is that okay? I like them spicy too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Throw some
And,
jalapenos in there.
It's $20 a person, $10 for kids. Bring the whole family. It's to help me raise money so I can go to Ireland to train for the Olympics, for the Olympic qualifiers.
Great cause. Great
No,
cause.
that is great. Before I let you go, I want to ask you about your fight at the Donnybrook. You want to tell us a little bit about that fight?
Well, the kid I was fighting, he was, what was he, a Dublin champion?
Dublin national champion.
And this is Bob Brown.
This is my coach. And a week before the fight, a week or two before the fight, Michael Carruth, a gold medalist from Ireland, he actually came up to me personally and told me, "You're not gonna have an easy fight. You're gonna get beat up." And I just said, "Okay, whatever. I don't care."
You're a boxer.
Yeah. So the fight came. He was strong. He seemed bigger than me,
He did seem a lot larger than you.
but he couldn't touch me.
We saw it. Smoking Jim was announcing. I didn't hear it because some reason we got split up. Yeah, he works for WPXI. He's a freelancer. He forgot about Pittsburgh Sports Line, but he may have mentioned us once or twice, but I didn't hear it. I was sitting in the back row. Matter of fact, I didn't even have a seat.
Oh man.
They said I was going to interview people, so I don't know what happened there. I got to talk to Mike Diven. But I watched your whole fight. I had a great view of it from standing. It was nice. And you were just in great shape.
Thank you.
Just fantastic. I respect the hard work that you do. So come out, support Hugo, eat a burrito. right? You
Yeah.
too. You don't have to cut weight right now.
Nope.
All right, you eat. I want to see you eat 3 or 4 of them if I can make it. Now, I want introduce your trainer here. I want him to say a couple words here about what's going on. And
Bob Brown, my trainer.
thanks.
How you doing, Big Jim, Al?
We're doing fine. How you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Thanks for being on our show. Can
Thanks
you
for
tell
having us.
A little bit about yourself. Now, you're with the Donnybrook, and you've also held some boxing matches, and you do a lot of different things in the city here.
Yeah. I'm. Well, first and foremost, I have the privilege of working with Hugo since he was about 11 years old. Wow. He's a very accomplished young man.
How old is he now?
He's 18. He'll be 19 October 19th.
Wow.
So,
very interesting.
we have a very close relationship. One that would be like family.
Right.
So he fought, as he said. Michael Carruth also told me that Hugo was going to have a tough time of it come to Donnybrook. That Paddy Linehan, a very accomplished Irish amateur fighter that Hugo faced, was going to give Hugo time of it. And as it turned out, Michael Carruth was very impressed with Hugo's performance. What came of that is, after the bout, there was some conversation, and Michael Carruth made the comment, like I often make, boy, I wish that I could work with that young man. I had mentioned to Michael previous to that, and when I had met him, that Hugo has the opportunity. We're going to go and fight.
Well, he has the skills and the talent. It looks like he has a lot of great potential.
He really does. I mean, he really does.
Now, just to cut to the chase, we got a lot of other guests.
Sure.
So you work something out where you want to try to send him to Dublin to train?
Yes. Michael Carruth would like to bring Hugo to Dublin to work with him in his preparation for the Olympic qualifiers in June.
What an honor that is.
Honor, it's unbelievable. You have a 2-time Olympian, 1992 gold medalist that's Irish, from Ireland, that wants to train an American fighter to make the American Olympic team, and that kind of opportunity.
It's hard to wrap your mind around, let alone say that. So I give you credit on that, Bob. I'm serious, especially on TV here. Yeah. Thank you.
So I guess that's the story in a nutshell. We're trying to raise the funding for the travel and the airfare, travel, training expense, etc. But it's just such a unique opportunity. It is hard to wrap your mind around that, and Hugo's very fortunate because that doesn't present itself to very many amateur boxers. It's just timing. Everything worked out very well.
Well, it all worked out because of the Donnybrook. I was glad to be a part of it, and I can't wait for next year. And I appreciate you guys. Hugo, good luck. Thank you. Bob, and everything you do.
Thank
good luck
you so
to you.
much.
Could I ask you, just pass some out to each table so people can see them? And if you leave them, I'll clean up at the end. Don't worry about it. But if not, give it to a friend or something. Maybe somebody, it'll help him out. Because this is something special here that you have in Pittsburgh, and I'd love to see it work out.
And if I could take 1 more minute,
you got 1 more minute, no problem.
I'd like to thank the host committee: P.J. Murray, Nicola, the CO, William Kay, and Dan Riggin.
Hold it, we happen to have Bill
Kay.
Hey, here. Sorry, buddy, I got tongue twisted. You want to come up with these guys, or you want to have the seat to yourself? It doesn't matter to me, because I'd like to.
It's better for him to have the spotlight right now.
Okay, you don't want to come up at all and talk about this event? Pardon me? Okay, if you want to. We'll have you back another time, for sure.
So,
definitely.
Thanks for having us.
You're welcome.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Why don't you tell them your name?
I'm David Rost.
Tell them how you spell your name, because it was confusing me.
R-O-S-T.
He said, like Lost.
Like Lost.
Yeah, and you're not lost now. He's on Pittsburgh Sports Line. Now, we usually talk sports, so I'm going to have you just talk briefly. You did tell me a couple things when we did have a conversation, or two. So
Drop the puck. What do you want to talk?
let's talk a little hockey. You're a hockey fan.
Up until a couple nights ago.
Well,
I'm done. I'm done with hockey now.
Well, you have to be because the Penguins are out.
Yeah, it's just not interesting. You know, we follow
You don't
these
like
guys
watching
all
the
year.
other teams.
Not really.
Me neither.
Why would you?
I asked that too.
I have other friends that are, they live in Boston, and Boston didn't even make it, and they're like, "Well, I'm going to watch Detroit now." I'm like,
How do you?
I don't get it. I love Crosby. I love Malkin.
Now there's a passionate Penguin
You know what I mean?
fan.
I mean, I'm really proud of our goalie this year. He really, I was going to sell him down the river early on, but he held his
Not
own.
me,
And he's
even-
the one who got us almost to the next level.
If he
You know what
could
I mean?
have scored
If he
a
could have
goal,
scored,
he
yeah.
would have done it because we had that power outage I talk all the time.
Fleury was
the
awesome.
guys making all the millions that are supposed to score goals, they're a little quiet. And Fleury was awesome. The new 2-9er was doing very
He
well.
did great.
Definitely. Well, I'm hopeful for next year, although they did say they're keeping the GM, the coaches, Malkin and Crosby. We need people to be healthy, though, wouldn't you say?
I mean, Letang, you could just say Letang wasn't there, so what are you going to do?
Not much. All right, we got the sports out of the way. You invented something. Now, with my phone, I can't really use your device
That's
at this
impressive.
point. Thank you. I
Wow.
thought it was. Now,
That's not even a smartphone. That's a cell phone.
no, it's dumb.
This
No.
is a smartphone.
Oh, come on.
And the reason it's a smartphone is because it does smart things. So I make this.
Oh, so you can take selfies. We got people taking tons of selfies. I don't want to see any more selfies.
Well, I use
Unless
this-
it's a photo you're going to post for Pittsburgh Sportsline.
Of course.
Okay, you better do one now.
Okay.
There's no pretty women here, Smoking Jim. Do you want to be in this one? This is like an easy question. Okay, he can't be in it.
Jim?
Do a selfie with this invention.
Okay, so we're live here with Ready Action. We're at the Alan Levine show.
No, it's actually Pittsburgh Sportsline.
Sports.
But this guy made this banner for me, and he made me a dictator. Al Levine, the talking machine. It's backwards on that. So
Man, that is a great invention.
Well, the reason I brought it up for sports is that I actually use this for sports. I film my kids skiing.
Did I
and stuff
segue
like
very
that.
well?
You did great.
Okay, thank you.
But I mean, I use it in sports, and the whole invention is based on sports.
I know,
because
but
this
I
is
was
a-
trying to get your bias towards sports
Okay.
and not just the
Okay, I'm gonna-
business.
I'll let
Is
that
this
go.
live? Are you
Yeah,
streaming this?
We were live streaming. We're good now.
That's a first for Pittsburgh
You can't do that. You gotta
Sportsline.
get a smartphone.
I know. I'm a Luddite right now, but I'm getting ready to look that up in your Funkin' Wagnalls. I actually have one, so see, even if you don't have a smartphone, here, we have everything here. From 1915.
You're ready. Man.
We cover it
You're
all.
ready.
But how did you come up with this? Because
Well,
it looks like a pointer, one of those pointers that you have.
Well, that's
and one
just
of those
one
magnetic
aspect to
things.
it. The idea is that you can take your smartphone and put it in our sport
Tell them
holder.
what this is, because
This is a universal smartphone holder to hold any smartphone in any case.
Can they buy these?
They can buy it at ReadyActionGo.com. We make it in Pittsburgh. We
Because
make
you
it
know
in
I do shameless
Turtle Creek.
promotions. This is a Pittsburgh company. You gotta buy now. For all of you that want live streaming with selfies, Smoking Jim, this could be. Pittsburgh Sportsline will never see anything that you do now if you can stream this live. Just make sure it goes right to Pittsburgh Sportsline. Could you set that up for him?
Sure, we'll send it. I can.
No, I mean with what you did and then whatever
Yeah,
he may
of
do.
course.
What
Yeah.
does it cost? Now, we're not allowed to sell things, but I got to at least find out if,
I saw
if
this
my
online
man can
for
afford it.
$24.95. So
All right, we're not going to say any more about pricing because it may get cut. But, yeah, you can't sell stuff on here. But
yeah,
I
we would
can
never
talk
do
about
that.
it. No.
Repeat, we would never sell this Ready Action online here. It's, right here on the show.
Right, on Public Access TV.
On Public
Thank you.
Access TV.
So go to your site, Smoking Jim, you can afford it. Buy 3 or 4 of them because all your sweeties will be able to be in there.
Well, the idea is that you can take your
Show us
smartphone-
quickly here,
Okay,
'cause
yeah, that you can use it in so many different applications. Yes, it's like a GoPro that you can. We have chest harnesses, head harnesses, suction cup mounts. But the
Wow.
idea is that your smartphone is smarter in a way than a GoPro because a
So,
GoPro is a camera.
I could be
and it's a
strapped
great
up.
camera. Don't
I
get me
could-
wrong, but This is also a computer, so it has apps, and the apps are useful.
Don't explain. You're going too deep for him.
Okay.
Please. He just glazed over.
Don't. Okay.
You can wear this
It's
just
upside
like
down.
that. You
There
can
you
wear
go.
you can wear this, and whoever you're talking to could be live streamed
Yeah.
because of the apps in there, which they invented, and they do sell that stuff.
Right. Or you could film on your own.
Well, no, there's no chance of that.
And we make a tablet holder in the same manner, so you put any tablet and it
Tablets
folds
too.
Yeah, it's for data. So tablets, and
I
then
got
you
you.
fold it up. It's hands.
Even though I have a dumb phone, you saw some of the action I have on a laptop and what I do out there, so I can cover it.
you could attach a tablet to all of this stuff to like instruments in bands, and then you could read music
Well,
or you could play music.
We may have to talk to you because we've been wanting to stream our show because we don't have satellite capability. So this is rebroadcast as early as Wednesday. So this way we could have it feed right to our Facebook page.
Yeah, if you're in Wi-Fi or LT, whatever your network,
We'd probably
that's-
be Wi-Fi
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Because that's what they have.
You could do it live Skype or live
We'll
FaceTime.
talk after this. We
Sure.
may do some business.
Yeah.
Tell them how to get a hold of you again.
At readyactiongo.com, made in Pittsburgh.
Do you have a phone number that they could call, or you prefer not to?
Sure,
Go ahead.
412-362-3511.
And I interrupted you, and I'm getting hard of hearing because of my man. Tell them that number again.
412-362-3511.
Dave, I'm glad you could finally make
for
it.
having me.
Heal
Great
up
job,
fast,
man.
and we'll have to have you back on. Yeah, thanks for all the brother handshakes. Be safe. Thanks for coming out. You had one of the toughest nights that I've seen, even though some of them were quick. What did you think?
Well, I think it was a good show, all in all. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
There was only one decision.
they put together a good fight. You know, but you never know when you do MMA
Right.
what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, how it's going to happen.
How
And
long have you been doing this? That's
12 years now, and I've worked on over 2,500 fights now.
2,500.
Yeah, so-
How do you stay in shape to do that? Because I saw you underneath, on top, around, bouncing off the cage,
Well,
almost getting hit.
Well, I'm an old guy. You know, I'm 51.
No,
And
you're
it's-
not.
So, and it's but I get to do stuff, and I train people, and I.
Where do you train at? Because I'll do a little shameless promotion in between. Can you mention that?
I have my own gym. It's called the Grappling House Gym out in Hopedale, Ohio. So,
You come in all the way from Ohio. I'm going to stop busting your chops.
but I train. I got about 14 people. I train fighters and
Do you?
everybody else, and I've got to do a lot of good things in my time, and I enjoy doing it. They made me quit fighting when I was 42.
Did they?
Which I didn't want to quit fighting. I wanted to keep fighting, but
Yeah.
I wanted to. The commission said I was too old to fight.
Well,
But,
there are limits to that?
Well,
I thought they had a senior fight
here
league.
we go.
Right?
The old senior thing.
Yeah,
well,
isn't
it
it?
is. It's over 35. It's called the Masters Division.
Right.
But the problem with a lot of things, it gets so pricey because you got to get a CAT scan and blood work and all this other stuff. And
Well, you are getting hit.
What?
You know you're getting concussed. Every time you're giving somebody a concussion, you know you're getting concussed too.
I do,
Okay.
yes.
And it hardly affected you the way I noticed.
What? What's that?
That's why I wanted him on the show.
So no, but it's like I said, when people don't realize how hard it is. I mean, these ladies see the referees and umps and stuff that they go through. We make split-second decisions on stuff, and I get people mad at me sometimes. And
Oh yeah, there were
trying to make
people mad
decisions.
at you.
And,
Definitely.
but you don't understand. I don't get replay. I don't get second chances. I have to make a split-second decision right there if it's going to work or not.
Whoa.
And it,
You were split second there. You
that's
still got reflexes like a cat.
And
You
it's
should be in the Masters division.
But it's you just got to keep going and trying to pay attention.
Yeah.
But I got a lot of good people working with me. Like my great friend Steve, the timekeeper.
All right, Steve.
He's a legendary timekeeper.
Steve's been around for a long time, and he makes sure I don't do anything stupid. And,
Really?
yeah. In the commission, I got great commissions in all the states I work in.
Yeah.
So.
No, they're really good, and they all speak highly of you also.
Like I said, I've got to do all the big shows. I've done the UFC, I've done Strikeforce, Bellator, Now the King of the Cage was the last big one. But, you know, if you guys get a chance to come watch your local fighters, come see them guys fight. You know, they work hard to put on a show for you guys, you know, especially the amateurs. They don't get anything to fight.
Right.
You know, they get the joy of fighting, you know,
right.
like the boxers and stuff, you know, that we know.
Right.
You know, they're out there, the amateurs, you know, they're out there just
It's
for the love of the
dedication.
sport. That's
Right.
all it is. And,
Right.
and you got, these guys put forth a lot of hard work. They just want to hear some cheers and stuff out there. So,
Well, you're one of my heroes. My dad was a referee, but he didn't get hit like that in basketball. I've seen you get bounced around. I've seen you dive in there. I saw one of the greatest knockouts ever by Missy Gastick, and she knew that the lady was out, but it was such a tough fight and adrenaline. I actually saw her go from trying to hit her some more, and you pulled her off, to her crying because she hurt the lady and she was unconscious
well, you know,
before she hit the ground.
you know, the problem with especially the ladies, they get a little bit more emotional about the things. But, you know, this is a striking sport.
Right.
And you don't want
It's
to
full
physically-
contact here.
Yeah, you don't want to hurt the other fighter to a point where it's, you know, debilitating or a lasting
Or they're done,
injury. Yes, you don't want that. You know, it's a contest just like any other thing that we do. That's what it is. But you don't want the injuries to the other
Sure.
person. You want to win, but you don't want to hurt them. So,
Exactly.
but that was an amazing back fist. That was
No,
one of
I
the
had
best
to
I've
bring
seen in a long
that up.
time.
That was, and they were all good fights. I mean, Justin Steve, the Hawk, he'll be on our show next week. His fight, it took a while for him to warm up because it was cold.
I tell you what,
It was outside. They had it in the garage, you know. So it was interesting.
I've been in a lot of places and fought in a lot of places, but that was probably one of the coldest ones I've been to. until I got up here and started getting cooked underneath those lights. Those
Yeah.
lights started warming up. You know, luckily it was warm up in the cage. So,
That's good. You had a little sweat going on with all the moving you do.
you know, I don't like
You
to
got to
move
do.
that fast.
You got to do road work to stay in shape like that.
No, my wife makes me do lots of housework. So,
You know what? I give her credit. Hold it. This is live TV. This is like live. Your son, we didn't even hear that. We
Cut
can't
that
hear
out,
that.
please.
Yeah. But hey, anything else you want to bring up? Do we cover
no, like I said,
what you
it's
got
just-
going on? Your
just
gym?
a lot of other fights, but you know, local fights again. You guys you see on TV and the UFC and stuff, even even the pro boxers. Remember, they all started out as amateurs. Go out and support them guys. It's very important to them. And just remember, like your referees and stuff, be nice to us guys. You know, we got feelings and. You know,
I never knew that. You're one of the toughest guys I ever met. I couldn't believe your wife gave you a hanky after the fights.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on here. You were crying.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Sorry about
You're
that.
very emotional. I like that. I like your passion. Thanks for putting up with me.
Guys, thanks
I
for
respect
having
what
me.
you do.
Thanks, Jim.
Zach, hey Zach, thanks for having me.
He got a
Let's
mouthful
go
back
see.
there.
I'm done eating. Sorry about that.
Well, you can't stay at 280 pounds as the Amish assassin if you don't eat once in a while. This is the first time he ate all day. We're going to bring him up probably next because we're running out of time.
But if you ever need anything or you got any questions, you know,
I'm
let
going
me
to
know.
call you.
I'm always there. If you guys want some MMA stuff, come see me. I'll be glad to do some stuff with you guys. And
Well, we like
Do it.
helping to promote
That's
the
it.
show, what goes on here, because people are so negative about it. Because there are some bad people in all sports. But I would rather see people going to the gym, getting in shape, and not fighting out in the streets. And then doing charitable fundraisers and everything that they do and giving back to the communities. And that's what I like to see. And I see a lot of that with the MMA guys and girls.
Yeah.
So, and with you too. You're willing to give back, and thanks for your offer. We'll try to take you up on that. I want to see you take Smoking Jim down.
I've worked a lot of years. I might be able to take it down. It might take me a couple extra minutes. Two old guys going at it. But
We may do
we'll
a
make it go.
fundraiser. We don't know how old or young he is. We can't figure out how old he is. We don't know, but we know how old you are. I know how old I am. We'll look forward to that day.
Gotcha.
Chip,
Thanks again.
have a safe trip home. All right, Bill. Welcome to the show. It's your turn to introduce yourself.
I'm Bill Kai. I'm here with Michael Diven, and I wanted to thank you, Alan, for having us on the show. The reason we're here is to give somebody a second chance. And you heard from Hugo and his trainer earlier about this opportunity of a lifetime to train to try to become a member of the Olympic boxing team. And Michael was instrumental in the Donnybrook with some of my fellow brothers from the AOH like Dan Reagan and PJ Murray.
Yeah.
And we were approached to try to get on board to get some
So you
notoriety.
guys formed like a committee to get this stuff going?
Absolutely, like
you
a host committee.
brainstormed, then plan of action.
And we want to get him this opportunity. We think he's a rare talent, and he's a Pittsburgh guy, and we want to see him on the Olympic team.
No, it's great.
Well, I got to tell you, Billy and PJ and Dan, they've been phenomenal. Billy is a great athlete himself. Growing up, he was a point guard at St. LaSalle High School. Wow. He's one of the coaches. We hold a basketball camp in the fall. He's one of the guys that comes out and works with the kids from 4th grade all the way up through 8th grade. And we went back to them. We said, hey, look, you guys are busy. They took time out of their schedule.
Sure.
And they said, this is important. We have an opportunity to take a kid from Pittsburgh and potentially put him with an Olympic champion, a guy who's been to the Olympics twice, who's going to personally oversee 5 weeks of preparation, get him a sparring work against the guys that are going to represent Ireland in Rio in 2016. And Billy was one of the guys that said, whatever I can do to help, even though I'm at a point in my life where I've got to focus on myself right now, I'll take time out because this is bigger than me. If we get a Pittsburgh kid positioned to represent all of us in the Olympics, it's something special and something we can all. And we thank you for giving us the opportunity.
You're welcome.
Well,
you know what we do just naturally.
Listen, you guys have been great promoters and great champions of athletics, both amateur and pro, and you really you fill a void in Western Pennsylvania where we don't get that kind of coverage. We don't have somebody telling the stories like Hugo, like Danny Buckley, like Matty Conway. These kids work really hard.
Well, even you guys that are showing this support.
Well, all we're doing
because they need that.
Yeah, no, listen.
If they don't have advocates, how do they go anywhere? How does somebody find out about
Well,
them?
if they don't have guys like Billy and
That's my point.
And PJ, we've really tried to make this as professionally run as possible, and we don't do it without good quality caliber. People like Billy Kai, PJ Murray, and Dan Regan. So, and you guys, you're the voice getting it out to everybody, and we thank you for that.
Well, we'll have you back again to find out maybe some progress, and thanks to Dana Slizik for bringing that up. Sorry to mispronounce your name.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm from Pittsburgh. I could do
On
it
the
all.
north side, they say K, so have a good one. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Scott.
All right.
I like that time,
Thank you.
brother.
Thank you. Well, we always do what's on our mind in honor of our sponsor, Skeets. What's on your mind during Z time?
Well, as always, you gotta stay.
Hold it up. Hold it up for Jody.
You gotta stay Joey strong in BPTV land and all over the city. The little guy is on my wrist on every job that I'm on all day, every day. So, shout out to staying Joey strong.
And you got his dad, Dave, here, and you got his uncle, Frank. So we appreciate him showing support tonight. And thanks for the T-shirts there.
Thank you. Thanks for all your help.
Can you flip yours around? Because those are actually, it's sad, but it's actually a good thing. These are Joey's handprints. They're his actual handprints.
Al, we got probably 2 more kids have them in the area.
Yeah, we just found out tragic news that a couple other kids have this brain cancer like Joey had. So we don't know what's causing it, but we got to try to get some cure for it and work hard on it. They're doing fundraising and everything else, so it's all
what's
good.
on my mind, I was pleasantly surprised and shocked that Smoking Jim Frazier made it to Washington County and was down at the Meadows on Saturday night. I know everybody else is pretty much stunned and in dismay. And I was happy to report that Smoking Jim was out way past his bedtime.
Oh, he never sleeps, so he doesn't have a bedtime, but he doesn't come out to hang around much.
Well, he hung late into the morning.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. There wasn't a lot of sweeties around.
There was just enough.
I think he was just enjoying the
Nah, there was just enough, I think. He was trying to cut me loose all night. I don't know what it was.
Well, that's hard to do.
You know that. I'll hang as well as anybody. Anywhere, anytime. Not a problem.
For sure.
But it was a great night of fights too.
It was a great night of fights. Even though we were in a parking garage at the Meadows, it was an absolute great night of fights. Thanks to Jeff and In Your Face MMA for having us. Grappling House, one of the best referees in the cage that you're going to find in many states, not just
Chip, our man Chip.
Not just the Commonwealth. Give another round of applause for Steve and Chip. Steve's on the bell.
You know what? He's the best on the bell in Pittsburgh. There's nobody even second.
Well, I mean,
worldwide.
Well, we could give him more than that because I would have to say he's the best in Pennsylvania, better than anything I saw in West Virginia, Jersey, or New York. So, you know,
I got to travel to some of those
East
places.
Coast, so we've been to very many fights all over the place. So, and we're gonna.
And he's
keep
showing
going.
support to Pittsburgh Sports Line tonight.
Hey, thankful for everybody that came out. Always thankful everybody came out. Slick moving guides in the building. She slicked in here. Jody Vasquez.
Yes, she come right in there.
Mario Tempest, Mona V.
How can you forget Mona V? He's working on a business deal right now. Get a healthy drink.
Always, always. And get out there and support the Donnybrook cause. Get out there and support Hugo Garcia, one of the best amateur fighters we have in the city of Pittsburgh right now currently.
It's always been my dream to go to Ireland. I wish I could go with him.
You know what? Who was the last person to talk to him? Because I'm noticing a pattern. Whatever was the last subject, that's where he's going.
Well, I tell you what.
Where are you going next?
I can't wait to
tell us where you're going.
I can't wait for tomorrow night's show because that introduction by Smoking Jim Frazier, I'm going to have Dave Cable play that back over and over again because I was
Which
just
one?
blown. Tonight's.
Oh, yeah?
What's on his mind absolutely blew me away. It was
it new?
Refreshing. It was new.
You'll hear it tomorrow night. I guarantee you'll hear that again tomorrow night. Oh
I
yeah.
don't think so. The way it rolled off his tongue,
No,
I think that was one and done.
He
I don't think
actually-
he could pull that off again if he tried.
No, actually, after the MMA fights, he didn't sleep. That's what he worked on.
I could see.
It'll be
It
coming
was
back.
polished.
I guarantee it. It'll be back. Because whatever I hear once, I hear twice,
Well,
3
It was
times.
just refreshing to have a little bit of a variation from the want to be great and not have 8 and 8. So,
Oh, we'll hear that.
but
Another D- draft. Oh, we'll hear that.
so tune in tomorrow night, folks. We'll get a little bit more in depth on Pacquiao.
I hope when you
Mayweather.
see this next week that you'll turn into the next show, which will be one past what he did tomorrow night.
I hope so. I'm taking a ribbon on these YouTube views.
I know they're going down. We're not going up in views, but we're getting more people to watch us on TV, and that's Verizon 32 everywhere. Comcast 7 Bethel Park, as you know. And now we may have live streaming. We're going to have to talk to Dave some more about that. Did you see that? I might have to finally get a smartphone. With that,
Holy smokes.
hey, leave that alone. We're just about out of time, folks.
Andy Warhol, even
No, they didn't have cell
so,
phones then.
They
didn't have cell phones. It was tomato cans.
next to the Campbell soup can with a string.
It was tomato soup cans. But we're done. It was
a
a
bottle of me.
okay. We're done. It was perfect. That's the end of our show. Thanks everybody again for coming out. Thanks to Dave Cable, BPTV Studios, the community of Bethel Park. No, I didn't get anybody to buy any tickets. Get your dollar tickets, please. I got a bunch of them. We got Chip ready to buy one to win. This is a $650 Steel Weber grill. And I'm done. I'm out. Stay. I never got to do this. Stay Joey Strong.